You ever see A Star is Born? How great is Judy Garland in that? How great is James Mason in that?
Judy Garland in A Star is Born was one of the most fantastic performances I've ever seen.
It's a tour de force from her, and it's packed full of the songs I really love. The Man Who Got Away is a brilliant number.
The night is bitter, the stars have lost their glitter, the winds grow colder, suddenly you're older.
When you can sell the emotion of a song, that's what Judy Garland was so brilliant at. She could move you. And actually it wasn't about the singing, it was about the emotion. And that is what separates the men from the boys in terms of singing.
I was born to do that. To work and try to entertain. Take people's minds off their troubles for a while.
I think with A Star is Born, for the first time ever, I realised that Judy Garland just wasn't this sort of very frothy, wonderful girl with pigtails and a gingham dress. I think I saw for the first time a truly dark side to her character. And I think the film, probably for her, paralleled her own life in probably in a couple of her relationships at least.
And where's he gone to?
I'm terribly moved by her, and I feel I have to take care of her. And I find sometimes watching her so gut-wrenching that I can hardly stand it.
The ending is tragic and dark, and it's not one of your big Hollywood, happy, they walk into the sunset kind of endings. I enjoy it because it's a very dark film.
One man, woman, looking for the man that...
The whole backstage story of what it's like to be a star is so, devastating. But what a performer.
The man let go.
Judy was determined to make her on-screen comeback, but not by becoming a slave to another studio. Instead, she and Sid Luft set up their own production company. The stakes were enormous. Judy's entire future would ride on the success or failure of a single picture. The Lufts needed to find just the right property.
A career is a curious thing. Talent isn't always enough. You need a sense of timing, an eye for seeing the turning point, or recognizing the big chance when it comes along and grabbing it. A career can rest on a trifle like us sitting here tonight. Or it can turn on somebody saying to you, you're better than that. You're better than you know. Don't settle for the little dream. Go on.
You want to have songs that'll sing.
Previously filmed in 1937, A Star is Born was adapted as a musical for Judy. It remains the ultimate Hollywood backstage story. Esther Blodgett is discovered by Norman Maine, an alcoholic matinee idol about to hit the skids. She marries him, and as Vicki Lester, becomes a star.
You want to have two hearts that rock, gotta have me. Oh, with you all the
time. This was a story as far from MGM fantasy as could be imagined. It represented Judy's search for truth. A Hollywood story without a happy ending.
Congratulations, my dear. I made it just in time, didn't I? May I borrow the end of your speech to make a speech of my own?
Esther discovers that stardom comes at a price. Her dizzying rise to fame is played out in counterpoint against Maine's freefall into oblivion.
Hard times call for harsh measures.
The parallels to Judy's own story are unmistakable. But in real life, Judy Garland was both Esther Blodgett and Norman Maine.
I know most of you sitting out there by your first names, don't I? I made a lot of money for you, gentlemen, in my time through the years, haven't I? Well, I need a job now. Yeah, that's it. That's the speech. That's it. I need a job.
Sid Luft had made a deal with MGM's greatest rival, Warner Brothers, and Judy assembled a team of A-list talent, including George Cukor, Moss Hart, Harold Arlen, and Ira Gershwin.
I wanted George Cukor to direct. The picture had to be the greatest. It couldn't merely be very good. I had things to prove.
Speed. Action.
Cukor was the highly regarded director of such films as The Philadelphia Story and Gaslight. This would be his 37th film, his first in color, and his first musical.
I knew that anyone who could sing like Judy had the emotional ability to become a great dramatic actress. I very much wanted to direct her.
There was widely held industry skepticism that Judy could carry such a major undertaking. But production got underway, and the mood on the Warner lot was optimistic. The story was full of scenes that Judy played with special relish. The sequence where Esther submits to studio makeup artists surely stirred up memories of her experiences at MGM.
It's the nose. The nose is the problem.
Maybe a corrective in the nostril.
No.
Could I...
Yeah, please, little lady. Miss Rettinger's thinking.
Judy Garland was a most vivid personality. She had an innate intelligence to her. She was extremely witty and one of the best raconteurs I've ever known. She could have you screaming with laughter. She had an absolutely devastating eye and great style. She was the most marvelous company.
This is a story of a little girl searching, searching, searching. For she knows somewhere there's a someone who's the someone for her. This is a story. Somewhere in the summertime, when the humdrum days are past, with my someone, I'll be someone.